Hi, this is a technical indicators video from exacttrades.com. In this video, we're looking at the Parabolic SAR. SAR stands for stop and reverse, and it's best used when identifying trends and using as an entry point or exit point. It's also very helpful using it as a trailing stop loss strategy. But if a stock or instrument gets into a chop or a choppy price action, it's not as effective. We're looking at a 1-minute chart on Amazon, symbol AMZN. The Parabolic SAR indicator is plotted as these blue dots here. When the blue dots are underneath the price action, it's considered a bullish trend or an uptrend. And then when the dots are placed above the price action, it's considered a bearish sign. You can see the dots change when price action falls below the trend. So we have this Parabolic SAR plotted up. This is a bullish trend. And right here is where you can see the price action drop below the trend and the dots started to show up above, representing a bearish trend change. This is where you can incorporate a trailing stop. If you're in a stock that's trending up, let's say you have a long position, you can keep your stop loss just below the Parabolic SAR as it moves up and triggers your trailing stop if that line is broken. Now this mainly works when a stock or instrument is trending. It's not as good when you get into a lot of choppy price action. You can see on this chart at the end of the day it started to get choppy and there was a lot of false signals. You couldn't just follow these SAR lines. A lot of whipsaws get you in a trade, you get stopped out. And so you really need to use it when a stock is trending. You can see that towards the beginning of the day. You scroll back, you can easily see that this stock was trending up this day. And you can use this to establish long positions anytime the trend changes to bullish. Since you can see that this is a general uptrend, you can enter at these points where it goes back to a bullish sign with your trailing stop loss kept just under the SAR line. So as long as you have a trend established, the Parabolic SAR is a good indicator to use to help get you in trades, as well as giving you proper areas to set a stop loss. Let's look at another chart. Okay, here's a chart on MON, a 1-minute chart on Monsanto. You can see right here again we have very choppy price action, a lot of false signals. Really nothing you can work with there as far as when to enter a trade, and so it's best just to avoid it at this time. But let's go ahead and scroll back here. You can see it's pretty much choppy the whole day, but you can look at it on longer time frames just to expand out a little bit to see if you can identify an overall trend. But as you can see, this stock was rather choppy, so there's not a whole lot you could do with that. If you just go off solely entering and reversing your position as the SAR changes, it's just not effective at all. You can see this is where it changed. Your price is way up here. If you went long, you really got nowhere. And then this changed up here. Oh, I better go short. Your price is down here. And it's just whipsaws you all over the place. So it's very important to identify the trend when you're using this indicator. Let's look at a different chart. Here's a chart on INFA. Again, a 1-minute chart. The trends are usually harder to spot on 1-minute time frames, so a lot of times it's good to move to a 3 or a 5-minute chart. When you're looking at intraday status, you can see how that changed. Let me move it back to a 1-minute chart. You can see we have some larger moves, but generally it's fairly choppy. But if we zoom out a little bit to a 3-minute chart, we can see the trend is clearly an uptrend. And so you can trade within the 1 minute on these points where it changes to a bullish direction, since you know the overall trend is up. And so it's good to switch between different time frames so you can get just a bigger picture of what the overall trend looks like. Let's look at one more chart. Okay, here's a daily chart on Baidu, symbol BIDU. Let me zoom out on this a little bit and you can see how it's generally a strong trend up. And so in this case you can use these Parabolic SAR lines for your long entries with the trailing stop below. And you don't want to focus on the short entries until the trend is broken. But in generally, as long as it's still an uptrend as it is on this chart, you just focus on the long side and it's going to be more effective for you. So let's do a quick recap on the Parabolic SAR. SAR stands for stop and reverse. It's basically a time or price reversal system. It's best used with trending stocks or instruments. Choppy price action causes numerous whipsaws. Sign up to receive our free Exact Trades movers and shakers at our website, www.exacttrades.com, and while you're there, check out our full library of products and services.